All right, take two.
All right. Hey, everybody. Just here for a quick sermon recap, bring you up to speed on where we were last week and where we're headed next week. So, Jacob, jump in.
Sure. Who spoke this past week?
Gabor Grace spoke. He's one of our teaching elders and just back from Budapest, Hungary.
Oh, very cool. And where did these verses take place?
So the verses he spoke from, John 7, 37 to 39. Okay. The speaking took place from the temple in Jerusalem during the Feast of Tabernacles.
Okay, and then what is the context surrounding this piece of text?
Yeah, so there are a lot of people that are there. It's one of 3 annual festivals that the children of Israel attended, and they were there staying all week in booths. Sometimes that's called the Feast of Booths, and this was the final day, and it is in the temple that Jesus stands up to speak.
Okay, very cool. And how did Jesus speak to the people in that crowd?
Yeah, the text, it tells us that he spoke boldly and openly, and so he got up and he spoke with authority, and he gave the promise of being the living water.
Okay, very cool. And then, so Jesus describes this thing of spiritual thirst, and he tells you that you have it and how to deal with it. But can you describe spiritual thirst a little bit for us?
Yeah, I think it's very similar to physical thirst.
Okay.
It's when we are missing something.
Yeah.
And spiritual thirst means that we're empty and we're missing more fulfillment and satisfaction. And if you're thirsty, you know it.
Yeah, sure. And so how did Jesus say that we could fulfill this thirstiness in our lives?
Yeah, Jesus said, if you are thirsty, come to me. And turn towards Jesus for that fulfillment. And he says that he promises us that he will give us living water.
Yeah, of course he does. So what did Jesus promise with this living water and fulfilling this thirst?
Yeah, he says the living water is actually the Holy Spirit, who is indwelling and living within us. And the Holy Spirit obviously helps us to understand, but also gives us guidance, is a comforter, and many other characteristics of the Holy Spirit.
Okay, very cool. So what do we have to look forward to Jesus saying next week?
Yeah, so the chapter wraps up with the people wondering what to think of Jesus. And so we're going to look at and answer the question of that Jesus is the source of our salvation. So he's the source of our satisfaction. He's our source of protection. We're going to end this series with that he is the source of our salvation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about a little bit of salvation in the church.
Yeah. And I hope you come. It'll be John 7, verses 40 through 52. And yeah, thanks so much, Jacob.
Yeah, it'll be very cool. See ya.
Yeah. All right.